now that you'll see of how my first video actually looked like on my first ever one when I first started.
What's up everybody, welcome to Eternal Wellness with Jonathan. Today we're going to go over a simple at-home back workout that you can do. All you need is a set of dumbbells, and for best results, do these for 3 to 5 sets for a total of 8 to 12 reps for each set that you do. Let's get started.
All right, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Honor Your Temple. My name is Jonathan. I got a good one for you guys today. I'm just gonna be doing a little leg workout. I'm also just gonna be talking about my process with building, a brand and building a channel and just all the challenges and things that have came with that. It's been a journey through my YouTube process and working on just building something that I believe can impact people and can help people. Now I just want to talk a little bit about that today, let you guys a little bit in on the journey, and I believe the things that I've learned in working on building a brand and building a company is something that you guys can take in all of your journeys, whether you're trying to build your health, whether you're trying to get back in shape, whether you're working on things and plans that God's put in your heart to do. I want to be able to just inspire you guys, help you guys, and give you guys some tools that I think I've learned as I've struggled and worked my way through to continue to try to get to the places and goals that I have. So excited to do this video for you guys today. We'll get into it.
All right guys, so first we're just starting out with this foam rolling warm up. I always love to foam roll for my warm up before I get into any of my sessions, just to kind of target those specific areas that I will be working in a workout, to be able to break up the fascia and tissue that may be tight, that could be inhibiting my range of motion and just could lead to injury and other things around that. So warming up in this way with foam rolling kind of really addresses those major parts of my body that I'll be working in, some blood flow pumped into it, and just helping me feel a lot better and move a lot better from workouts. So foam rolling is a big key for that. I'm just going through this little warm up here just to get these areas primed and ready, and then we'll be good to go. All right, the first exercise we're doing, man, I'm just hitting some goblet squats to start out. We're gonna be running through a few sets of these. These are just some warm-up sets I'm doing right now. It's just really lightweight, just kind of getting the mind to muscle connection flowing, getting some blood flowing into my legs too as well, and just working out all the kinks and getting the form and the mind to muscle connection specifically. You always want to make sure you hit a few warm-up sets, or what I'll call non-working sets, before you really get into your heavier working sets. You'll feel better. It'll definitely make sure that you got the form right. You just got the feel of a workout out before you really actually start getting into those heavier working sets that you may or may not do. So these first 3 sets you see me doing right now are what I call my non-working sets, just ways to get warmed up, get a good feel for them, and then we'll get into the working sets after we get done with these. Okay, now that I got some blood flow in, now I'm hitting what I'll call my working set. So I think this is the 80-pound dumbbell I'm getting now. I'm going for about 8 to 10 reps in between these working sets, and I'm going to finish with a drop set for my last working set. So on these ones, we're working through about 8 to 10 reps. This is definitely what I consider a good working set for me, just to really start to work on the development now, working on hypertrophy style reps and sets on here. So going through this 80-pound dumbbell and now this 90-pound dumbbell now, really trying to focus in that 8 to 10 reps before we kind of get into that drop set in the end. So I'm gonna go from 80 pounds that you just saw on that last set. We're gonna hit 90 down, and I'm gonna go up to 100 pounds for my last working set. But before I hit that last working set with that 100-pound dumbbell, we're gonna take a little pause. I'm gonna share with you guys kind of my process of how my YouTube journey has developed and how I even got to creating this channel and what's brought me to this point.
All right, y'all. So when it comes to, I guess, my journey with building a channel and working on building just a brand online, this is actually my 3rd attempt at building a channel, believe it or not. And I'm gonna show you a quick little 10-second clip right now that you'll see of how my first video actually looked like on my first ever one when I first started.
What's up everybody, welcome to Eternal Wellness with Jonathan. Today we're going to go over a simple at-home back workout that you can do. All you need is a set of dumbbells, and for best results, Do these for 3 to 5 sets for a total of 8 to 12 reps for each set that you do. Let's get started. All right, so for this first exercise, we're going to be doing single arm dumbbell rows.
So yeah, that's how my first video looked, and that was actually 4 years ago. And when I look back to 4 years ago when I first started, and kind of like the vision that I had around building a fitness brand and building one that was going to be more than just fitness, one that was going to help you guys from both, you know, a physical standpoint, a mental standpoint, and a spiritual standpoint, and even a financial standpoint. All of those things I kept in mind, and even though the name has changed from the channel to now Honor Your Temple from that first one, which is called Eternal Wellness with Jonathan, it's still up too if you guys want to check out some of those older videos, but I take nothing from that journey. It has been amazing, and I would not have been able to create the videos I'm doing now and have on this channel without the learning experience of those 3 years of building Eternal Wellness with Jonathan, and also another channel I did on pornography addiction as well. So this is actually my third channel attempt. This is my final one too. So I'm bringing everything together from Don't Let Pornography Stop You From Purpose to my first fitness channel, and now just bridging all of that in. So I encourage any of you guys, man, to just keep going with it. I'm 4 years in and still haven't really gotten to that level that I want to get yet, but I'm still working, man, and still continuing to try to stay consistent. That's the big thing, and not letting that discouragement keep me down, and just continue learning about YouTube, perfecting my craft, trying to perfect my message and how I present, you know, content to you guys. I know it'll all go a long way, and everything in the end, whatever God wants to do with it, you know, He'll do. So yeah, I thought it'd be funny to show you guys some of those older clips of the then and now. We're gonna still grow, and I'm excited for all you guys that are following this channel and seeing, you know, what happens with this one.
So that has been the YouTube journey, guys. It's always really funny to me when, like, I look back at those first videos I made to how they look like now, and just the difference in how things have kind of came into even now starting this new brand with Honor Your Temple. But I hope you guys have enjoyed, you know, the content on this one, and definitely just hope to be able to continue to add value to you guys, and, you know, build a good community with you guys. So you see here, we're just finishing up that last working set at the 100, and we're just gonna finish this last drop set here. We're gonna start out with 120, get a little 20 rep drop set now. So we're gonna go for about 3 to 4 on here. We're gonna go for another like 6 with the 80, and then we're gonna drop down and do another 10 with the 60 to finish out.
Yeah, so I think much like when it comes to, you know, even just building yourself from a physical and mental and spiritual standpoint, right? There's challenges and things that really come with, you know, when you're trying to become a new person, whether it be in a gym sense like this or whatever it is. And, you know, building a brand and trying to build, you know, a YouTube channel has been no different from this same process of training and getting myself in the best shape that I possibly can. It's definitely been difficult. I think the hardest part, I think, with trying to build something through, you know, YouTube and, you know, the online space is just, you know, not getting discouraged with things that you think are going to go well. Don't, because, you know, as you're going through this journey, for me, it's been 4 years. There's been a lot of times where I thought, you know, things would do great and they haven't, and you thought you might have been at a certain place, and, you know, 4 years later, you know, we're still working on getting things and refining the message and getting things off the ground. But I think with anything, you know, all the challenges and like your process and your journey, I think if I could say anything is don't try to rush it and don't really feel like you're not where you need to be. Me being able to embrace that, you know, I'm exactly where I need to be right now in all aspects of life, and taking advantage of that, taking advantage of this time to continue to, hone my message, continue to, try to make the content as appealing and as, consistent, and just being and getting better. I think with every video and every upload I do, we continue to study and learn. And even when you get to a certain place, still learning, because you're never at a place where you know everything. And me taking that approach has been big in all aspects of life. I think for anybody that's trying to do anything, always having that mindset can be a big, leveling out factor for you mentally, to keep you strong, to keep you sharp, and just keep you moving forward. So, nothing's been easy. This journey hasn't been easy, but I love making content. I love doing this, and I know that, whatever it is you love and you're passionate about, stay in that, because I think God put that in you for a reason. And as long as you continue to stay focused and you continue to grind and work, God will align all the steps that you need to make it successful and ultimately become the person that you want to be.
Yeah, guys, that's the biggest thing I think that I found in my journey, man, is just really trusting God and understanding that, you are on God's timing and not yours, and all you can do is control the things that you can control. And that's putting in the work, being consistent, and doing the things that you know that you need to be doing to become the person you want to be and build the thing that you want to build in whatever capacity, whether it's your body, it's your business, it's a relationship with somebody, whatever it is, just being consistent, man, and putting all that you have into it and trusting God with the timing and the resources to make it happen. So that's where we're at, man. I hope everybody in my community, man, continue pushing for your dreams, continue pushing for the things that you're believing for, and just being consistent with it. No matter if you feel like you're failing or feel like it's not working, man, just keep going. And I know you guys will get there. And yeah, right now we're hitting these box jumps. So I always like to hit some type of a explosive movement in my leg workouts. Just, as we age, especially, one of the biggest things that we tend to lose is the explosiveness, whether it's laterally, whether it's quickness wise, whether it's just overall speed. I'm trying to kind of negate that as much as possible as I start to kind of approach my 30s. So always like to keep some type of explosive and like fast twitch movements in my workouts, just to make sure we're not losing that and keeping my body, as athletic as possible. So I'm just going for some box jumps now. I'm just going for about 4 sets of about like 5 to 10 reps, just depending on how my legs are feeling and how much power I got in there. We kind of work through that, and these are hitting these box jumps for that specific reason, just for the explosiveness, keeping that athleticism, just going through 4 sets of about 10 to 5. Next, guys, we're hitting these Barbell Rdl. So definitely want to start focusing on the posterior parts of the legs and the rest of this leg workout. I almost always do RDLs with dumbbells. I just decided to kind of do this with barbells today, just to switch it up. And honestly, just because it was easier to set up as I was getting off the box jumps, and I was slightly tired and didn't feel like actually walking over to the dumbbell section to hit dumbbell RDLs today. So yeah, just to make it easier, we just hit them with the barbell. These first couple sets are just going to be kind of like warm-up sets for me, just to kind of get the mind to muscle connection and get my form and everything and just locked in to this movement, because we've been so front-loaded with the squats and the box jumps to start out. So just focusing on activating the hamstrings and the glutes and the posterior muscles, get that mind to muscle connection with these first 2 sets. We're going to take a break before I get into like my heavier working sets. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about my patience and how that was one of the biggest things I've learned in just my journey of not even just building my YouTube channel, but my physique in general, and the importance of not comparing yourself to others in the process.
I think another big thing too that I've taken just from my journey, man, is just really learning and embracing just patience. I know, especially when you're trying to build anything, whether it's a YouTube channel or, another business, a brick and mortar business, whatever it is that you're trying to build, there's going to be a process to that, and your process is going to be different from others. And I think that's a big thing that you might do, is get caught in this comparison where For one person, it may have took shorter. One person, it may have took this amount of time. At the end of the day, only God really knows, your process and how long something may or may not take. We can try to plan our steps all we want, but, the Lord really orders each and every step. And I know God is ordering every step for me in my journey. And the thing is, just don't get stuck in these comparisons. Even when it comes to your fitness journey, you're going to look at how somebody may have lost X amount of weight in this time, but for you, it may just be taking a little longer. Whatever it is, just exercising patience, embracing your journey, because your journey is yours and your story is going to be just as good as anybody else's, and your story is going to be one that's unique to somebody else's. So embrace that. Staying patient, I know it's hard because you will get into that when I see a lot of people, doing certain things that I'm not doing yet, and you can get a little discouraged with that, but never get discouraged with your journey. Just keep pushing, just keep grinding, and take everything in, learn everything that you can in your time of obscurity when nobody knows you and you're not at that place yet. Take all that time to better yourself, hone your craft, hone your skills, and with time, as you continue to get better and elevate, everything else around you will as well.
That's a big thing I've learned, guys. Like, at the end of the day, you are where you are. You don't have to worry about comparing yourself or thinking you're less than because you're not at a certain place that another person may be at. And really taking this time, man, to just learn. I think a lot of times we try to rush to get to a place so much, and we forget that, man, this is a perfect time to be able to learn and develop and grow ourselves and, work on our health, work on our life, work on all the foundational things that we want as we try to just work on elevating our life and just getting better and being better. So, take that time. Don't rush your process. Again, man, God is ordering every step for each and every one of you guys, and you're going to get there. Just continue focusing on the things you need to focus on and keep building, man. So just finishing out these Barbell RDLs now that you see. These are my last set. So you saw in that last set, that's like my first working set. We're in the second working set now. I'm going for about 10 to 12 reps on each of these. Then I'm going to hit another 20 rep drop set for my last working set on these RDLs to finish it out. And then from there, we're going to move into the next exercise. So, just starting this drop set now. I'm going to finish it out with this. We'll keep it moving. All right, guys, so next we're going to be hitting these leg curls, man. I've been really wanting to work on developing my hamstrings, especially. They're like the weakest part of my body right now. So in almost all my leg workouts, I'm making sure I incorporate, an isolation exercise for my hamstrings. And today we're just hitting these leg curls. We're going to start with a couple warm-up sets. It's going to get about 12 to 15 reps. Going to really get, that mind to muscle connection again with my hamstrings and get them really fired up, get some blood flow in this exercise. We're going to take a little break though, because I'm going to share with you guys some tips that I've learned just as I've studied, successful people, both in how they've built a successful YouTube channel and just other, successful, people that have done things in life that I admire, just some key things that I've noticed or some key similarities that I've seen in them that I think could really benefit anybody, and especially you guys watching this video. So I'm going to share those after we hit these couple warm-up sets to start.
If I could give you guys 3 tips for me that I can say that I've learned from a lot of this other successful people that have been producing content and just have built, successful things and businesses in general that I've been applying in my own journey, that I know I've grown a lot with and I believe can help anybody if you're in, the same journey that I am with working on any goal that you may have that you feel like you're struggling to actually get over that peak. And the first one is, you'll hear me over harp on staying consistent a lot. Finding ways to stay consistent in your journey and moving at your pace so you can stay consistent. From a YouTube sense, in my case, that has been with learning how to really, we'll say, batch produce content. So, making a lot of content in a short span of time so that I'm not trying to be, consistently trying to keep up with the video schedule every week, so I can help just stay consistent in keeping my uploads and everything, on the same timeline and at the same pace that I know is going to be successful for a channel to grow. So consistency and finding ways to help keep yourself consistent in any journey is going to be a big key. Another one is education, just always learning about, the sector, whether it's for me being on YouTube, whether it's for you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, whatever it is in your sector of business that you're trying to be successful in, always learning and seeing what other people are doing successfully and see how you can apply that to you. And, whatever that may be for you can be something that can really help you, but just always keep yourself open to learning from the best. And I think, the third tip I would definitely say too is, for me, from a YouTube sense, is finding a way to make sure that you keep 2 of the most important things I think that anybody can have, no matter what the business that you're using, that you will need, and that is retention and appeal. So when I say retention, is figuring out ways to keep your audience there, because you can do even less with more, in a sense. Like for me, for YouTube, if I get 10,000 subscribers per se, but I know at least 50% of those are going to be consistently watching and coming back to my videos, as opposed to having 100,000 subscribers, but only 1% of those are coming back, to actually really engage and become a part of the community and channel. You see how that person with 10,000 subscribers is doing more with less, because he's found a way to really connect with his audience in a way to really make sure that he is giving everything that he needs so that people keep coming back. And I think no matter what, focusing on your quality and your retention so that you can build a sustainable business for anything that you want to do is going to be super important. And then when it comes to that watch time, having yourself be different, because no matter what sector you're in, there's going to be competition, and there's going to be probably somebody doing something that you're already doing or aspiring to do, right? But they aren't you, and God has given you a unique fingerprint. It's amazing how there's so many people in the world, but each of us have a unique fingerprint. Like, none of us are the same, which means the way that you view, your sector or your skill is going to be different from another, and finding a way to really put that out there in a way that's going to be interesting and appealing to the world, or to the people that God has specifically assigned you to impact, and focusing on that and perfecting that and putting everything that you can into that and letting nothing distract you from that, I think could be a big key for helping you stay confident in what you're putting out. Because you want to stay confident, you never want to feel like you're timid or feeling like something is, maybe you're nervous about or you don't know. You still want to come across as feeling that way. You want to come across confident, you want to come across strong, you want to come across consistent. And the way you do that is always being yourself in your business, in your sector, whatever it is you're doing. And I believe no matter what you're doing, whether it's like me, trying to build an online brand, building a fitness brand, building a successful brand, or whatever other sector of life that you may be working on, I believe if you do those 2 things, you can focus on those 2 things, it can go a long way in helping you bridge your success and impacting the world as you do it.
yeah, guys, I hope y'all found any of those tips, you guys could take and use. I know those are things that I've learned that have really kind of helped me and that I've really honed in on. And, just want to share that with you guys. Hope that might help anybody that might be watching that as well. So, yeah, man, just finishing out these last little sets on these leg curls. This is my last drop set I'm doing here. So doing another heavy 20 rep drop set on here just to get that volume into my hamstrings, try to get them to pop and develop. So just running through here. Then we just got one more exercise after this to finish out the workout. Lastly, we're just going to pop on some calf raises. So I basically hit every single muscle that I possibly could through this leg workout, except for the calves specifically to isolate them out. So just going to hit this last isolation work on these calves, really just as like a finisher for me. Make sure we get a really full, complete leg workout in to be able to make sure I get the most out of it. So just going through about 4 to 5 sets on these calf raises, what I usually do. I try to get about 15 to 20 reps as well to finish it out, and then we'll be good to go.
All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this video, man. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you guys enjoyed the leg workout and just, me sharing my process, man. And if I can encourage you guys with anything, same way when we're working on our fitness, we're working on, the things that God put in us to do. If anything, man, just continuing to stay consistent no matter where you're at in your journey. Really embrace that. Know that this is exactly where you need to be, and that while you are in this point where you may be feeling like you're not arrived or you haven't made it yet, just don't get discouraged with it. Continue working, continue being consistent, continue doing all the things that will compound into ultimately helping you become successful in whatever it is you're doing. So, that's what I want to encourage you guys with, and I hope this video you were able to find that encouragement to keep you moving forward. And if you guys enjoyed it, definitely be sure to leave a like, be sure to comment, any feedback, anything you want to say, want to ask me questions about, would love to be able to engage with you guys even more. Definitely subscribe, hit the bell notification as well. Honor your temple. This channel is all about helping you guys, maximize the one life that you have. And I believe that we do that by, ultimately maximizing our body, because we only get one, and making it as healthy and as fit as we can, and also establishing our faith and our relationship with God. I believe if we have those two things, that everything else that we want to do and accomplish built on that foundation, it'll be the strongest one that can help elevate us to whatever it is we need to go. So this channel, my brand is all about trying to help lead you on that straight path there. And if I do that, I know I would have done everything I desire to help and give you. So definitely would love for you guys to become a part of this community. And if you guys really want to, man, just love for you guys to hit that subscribe button. And again, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.